evolve with our training throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight. They are coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11. Member of Parliament for Fort Charlotte and Minister of Immigration and National Insurance will not seek re-election in the next general election, stepping down from frontline politics. Also, trouble brewing within the Bahamas Nurses Union amid allegations that the union's president has been removed. However, those allegations have been deeply disputed. And efforts to address the country's unemployment rate continues. We'll tell you more. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Royson Jones, and this is the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Welcome to the broadcast. The Member of Parliament for Fort Charlotte and Minister of Immigration and National Insurance, the Honorable Alfred Sears, making it official, announcing his decision to bow out of frontline politics after this current term ends. Sears, who began his parliamentary career in 2002 and appointed Attorney General and Minister of Education by then the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, returned to frontline politics in 2021, reclaiming the Fort Charlotte seat and subsequently being appointed by Prime Minister Philip Davis as Minister of Works and Utilities, and then later to his current post as Immigration and National Insurance. He thanked both Prime Ministers, his family, and constituents and vowed to continue playing a role in both his party and the country's development.
I have always believed in and sought to embody the principles of servant leadership. That to lead is first to listen, to uplift, and to serve with humility. Though I may not be offering myself for elected office in the next cycle, my commitment to nation building remains steadfast. I will continue to support the development of sound public policy, mentor the next generation of leaders and public servants, and stand firmly with the values and the vision of our party.
To extend best wishes to the Fort Charlotte MP following his public declaration to not seek another term was St. Barnabas NP and the opposition's deputy, Shannon Cartwright.
But in the spirit of service, your reputation, member for Fort Charlotte, and commitment to the development of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas has been well known for a long, long time. I am definitely your junior in life, so I was hearing before you before I've had the pleasure of serving with you. And so we wish you all the best. We thank you so much for the service that you've given this country and Fort Charlotte, and I'm sure the Progressive Liberal Party thanks you for your service.
The Immigration and National Insurance Minister also outlined his agency's fiscal health and where they're headed moving forward. Here's Corval Pyfram with more on the minister's contribution.
Mr. Sears, who has dual roles as Minister of Immigration and National Insurance, reported firstly on the former, noting that to date, the Department of Immigration has seen through efficiency tightening measures and other improvements and upgrades an increase in revenues collected, adding that in the coming fiscal year, the strong money-earning performance is expected to continue.
Revenue collected for the period 2024-2025 up to May is estimated to be $123,770,590. And this compares to last year, $97,658,050. It is also projected that this year coming, the Immigration Department will surpass $140 million in revenue for fiscal period 2025-2026.
About migrant interdictions, detainments, and deportations, the minister reported that immigration officials, while responsible for 32 ports of entry, have seen considerable success, which he attributes to the close working relationship with other law enforcement agencies and international partners from the Turks and Caicos and the United States. However, he advises that the cost of repatriating migrants is burdensome.
Repatriation expenses for the period 24 to 25 May were estimated to be $1,550,977, with other repatriation expenses currently being processed for payment.
At NIB, where last year an increase in the contribution rate took effect, that agency, even with this increase in revenue, is still far off from where it needs to be.
NIB's projected deficit for 2025 remains significant and is currently estimated at $32 million, inclusive of the additional income derived from the rate increase. It is important to highlight that a substantial portion of this deficit, which is $16.85 million, or 50% of the total projected shortfall, arises from the ongoing gap between contributions collected and benefits paid.
And with more pensioners accessing the fund each year, Mr. Sears assures that NIB remains dedicated to supporting this program.
Contributory pension and grant payments total $150 million, while non-contributory payments total $6.1 million. A total of almost 51,000 persons were receiving monthly pensions as of May 2025.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pifel.
Thanks, Corvell. Minister Sears also touched on concern about NIB's decrease in investment income, down by more than $6 million this year compared to last year. To make up for this loss, he outlined a three-pronged strategy to undertake this coming fiscal year, starting with government bonds.
There was a recent extension of approximately $100 million of the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation and the Government Loan Authority bonds, which will result in an additional $2 million income each year for the 15-year duration of these bonds.
Trouble said to be brewing within the Bahamas Nurses Union following claims President Muriel Lightbourne had been removed amid a number of constitutional concerns. Our Lloyd Allen spoke with union officials who've not only refuted the claims, but are demanding those allegedly responsible be removed.
Following concerns across social media that President of the Bahamas Nurses Union, Muriel Lightbourne, was ousted from that position, ZNS News spoke directly with Lightbourne, who confirms that those claims couldn't be any further from the truth.
No, there is absolutely no truth to that report.
Also among those allegations was non-payment of union dues for more than 2 years, a direct violation of the union's constitution, which according to Lightbourne should result in cancellation of membership. Lightbourne responded that after securing the presidency in 2023, She was removed off the Public Hospital Authority's payroll, where she was previously employed and then added to the Nurses Union payroll. The same has been verified by the union's treasurer, Sharon Roll.
She was financial up until April of this year, which is 2025. As of April, she forwarded me another set of money, which is $100, that makes her financial May, June, July. So she is financial. Those reports were given in our monthly meeting.
The Nurses Union treasurer also indicated that regular financial reports have been submitted during monthly meetings, except for 2 occasions. Now, regarding the Secretary General, Siobhan Brennan, who allegedly made the claims and instructed the locks to the union's office to be changed, Lightbourne says these recent actions have angered members who now want Brennan removed as a union officer.
But because that was on Facebook on the Zoom meeting, I said to the members, it was like 100 and something persons on that Zoom meet. I said, because this is on Zoom, to be fair to the Secretary General, I cannot accept that that motion, because I don't know who is behind the motion to have her removed.
The union president also validated that keys to the union's office and vehicle remain in her possession. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Thanks, Lloyd. Still to come, UB expanding its accreditation. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Just what is it that you want to do? And we want to have a good time. We want to be free to do what we want to do.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Tourism stakeholders are tonight in the city of Orlando, Florida, pitching to potential stakeholders why it is better to visit the Bahamas. Considered one of the country's most lucrative and connected markets, the series of regional sales and marketing missions is targeting the state of Florida because the highest number of U.S. arrivals were recorded this past January and February. And year over year, growth continued from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Tampa, and Boca Raton. Tourism's Director General Latia Duncombe contends the delegation leading the 2-day global sales mission is determined to secure long-term growth, deepen trade partnerships, and showcase the latest tourism innovations and development plans.
We engage with our trade, our travel trade, airline partners. And so this evening, you're going to see a host of partners, our promotion boards, our hotels. But more importantly, those that deliver business to the Bahamas is who we are going to see, answering questions, sharing what's new. And that's so important. When we look at stopover visitors, visitors do not just appear in the destination. It's our boots on the ground, ensuring that the Bahamas is up front and center, top of mind, because we are a warm weather destination, but there are others as well. We always highlight the strengths of the Bahamas, the resources that we have to offer, and the uniqueness of them. 16 islands, 16 different opportunities.
The University of the Bahamas is hopeful the Southern Association of Colleges and the Schools Commission on Colleges will make a candidacy visit this fall, having submitted its application for national and international accreditation last month. UB had initially hoped to achieve this goal during its 2023-2024 academic year, but the quest continues as a gateway for international recognition, increased student mobility, institutional credibility, and enhanced partnerships to support this process. UB has requested and will receive $4 million in the upcoming budget cycle. Education Minister the Honorable Glenys Hanna-Martin noted how these funds will be spent during her contribution to the 2025-26 budget in the House of Assembly.
Improving its faculty-student ratio, and this might become important as we move forward in the days and weeks ahead. They requested to service a loan which will fund significant renovations and upgrades. And University of the Bahamas has completed phase 1 of its renovations thanks to the generous philanthropic support of His Excellency Sebastian Bastian.
In response to numerous requests and inquiries from team members for early retirement options, Atlantis Paradise Island has announced a voluntary separation package for its managerial team. According to a statement, this opportunity is entirely voluntary and offered for a limited period only. The package is tailored based on each participant's role and tenure with the company. The Department of Labor has a pretty busy schedule for the next few weeks as it places the final touches on a program intended to further reduce the country's jobless rate. Daniel Dean has this preview.
The Department of Labor set to launch its long-awaited apprenticeship program within a month. Executive Chairman Michelle Malcolm says the department has a rigorous promotional campaign planned for the next few weeks until July 1st.
Preparation is looking pretty good. We are about ready to launch. As a matter of fact, the pilot project will be launched at the beginning of July, but our website is scheduled to go live this week, where persons who are interested in participating in the National Apprenticeship Program will be able to apply online.
Youth unemployment, though, still a matter of concern. But Malcolm says the apprenticeship program should help to tackle the issue.
There are thousands of students who leave high school every year. Many of them won't have the opportunity to go off to university. This is a great way to ensure that they too will have a bright future.
Malcolm added the application will be open later this week on mygateway.gov.bs, and acceptance and rejection will be announced before the launch. Labor Director Howard Thompson chiming in on youth unemployment with what was observed among teenagers and others up to their early 30s.
A lot of these persons want that top job straight away. And so what I try to encourage the youth, and particularly when I speak to certain events, that you have to start from somewhere, right? Even if that means you're starting as a cashier at Super Value, you're starting as a shelf boy somewhere else. Start from somewhere and build towards your dream.
Beside the apprenticeship program taking advantage of the department's online skills portal, still an efficient way to secure a job, he insisted. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. The annual Geriatric Pushathon is back for its 14th year, but this time organizers say it's bigger and better. The event, hosted by the Public Hospitals Authority and the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, aims to promote healthy aging and community togetherness. Our intern, Lyle Maycock, reports.
On Saturday, July 5th, the streets surrounding Sandilands Rehabilitation Center will come alive with walkers, runners, and wheelchairs, all part of the 14th annual Geriatric Pushathon.
Okay, so the Pushathon is an event where we have every year where participants can sign up to either walk, run, or they can push a patient or a relative who they might have in the wheelchair. And we also have prizes and surprises at the end. The funds that are raised for the Pushathon are used to purchase for this year would be needed medical equipment and recreational facilities.
This year's theme is Keep Pushing Forward, a reminder of the resilience and value of the elderly. For longtime supporter and this year's patron, former MP Honorable Leslie Miller, the mission is personal.
This is a wonderful opportunity to really pay homage to those who are here, who really want love and affection from their loved ones, and those who may not have known them, but at least you remember that they made a contribution to the advancement of our country.
Having Leslie Miller as our patron for this year was such an easy decision. He has been a part of geriatrics for so many years. He's always involved at the Pushathon. He always brings a team out to walk, run. So it was an easy decision to have him being the patron this year.
Corporate sponsors like BTC and Ashore Wind say they're proud to be on board, donating funds and showing up in full force for the cause.
We are delighted to contribute $5,000 to support the success of this year's pushathon.
Youth is a gift of nature, but age is a work of art. And you truly do a work of art here at Salmon's Rehabilitation Center.
Participants of all ages, especially those over 60, are encouraged to join by walking, running, or riding in the annual event. To register, visit pushathon242.com, where all proceeds go toward improving rehabilitation resources for our seniors. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lyle Maycock.
Thank you, Lyle. Certainly a worthy cause. Swanson Gibson Jr. has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Swanson?
Coming up in sports, the Exuma Regatta concludes, giving way to exciting action on the final day. More details coming up next.
For us at the Myers Group of restaurants, we found that we have a pretty large portion of our employment pool that had difficulty getting bank accounts.
The issue we had previously was just getting cash, getting funds on the island. And with only one working ATM, the idea of the sand dollar just in being digital, and everybody has a smartphone nowadays, it actually worked into our favor.
The sand dollar was like a godsend because it allowed us to add it to our payroll system, which means we're able to send their money to the sand dollar wallet.
It's still a bank transfer because you get an account number. So from the employer side of things, all I have to do is send your funds just as usual.
It opens up our pool for us to be able to hire some of the people that we couldn't hire before because they were unable to open bank accounts. This has been a really good solution.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Topping sports, Exuma's Barry Tari Homecoming Regatta took place over the holiday weekend, wrapping things up in a grand way on Monday. Numerous sailors left it all on the water, trying to claim the championship. Our Charles Fisher gives us all the exciting details of the regatta's climax.
An exciting end to the final day of sailing, the nation's #1 sports fund. The Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, along with Member of Parliament for Exuma and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable I. Chester Cooper on hand, catching the sights. They joined the eager sailing fans. Let's Go to the Sea as Red came into the final race for the battle for the top spot. Slaughter out of Black Point having won the first 2 series races, and Miss Rowie out of Mount Thompson. When the cannon sounded, it was Slaughter taking the overall title, and they were dancing and happy during the trophy presentation at the closing ceremony.
Nice good competition, the guys did a great job. We got up the line. I told the guys, one thing you have to do is get the boat up the line. Do the rest. That's exactly what we did.
The sailing is pretty good, you know.
Told dominate.
Yeah, I dominate them. I told one of the CEO that I want to take a chance to Slaughter, and I'll bring it back to Black Point.
Feel good, man. My captain always wanted to get up on the bulletin board, so this is just the start. Legal weapon, we'll try to bring home. But we're doing it for Black Point anyway. Don't matter which boat we get on, we out there. We can help all the Black Point boats, man.
Commodore Horace McKenzie happy with the record number of boats.
We had 14 boats this year, and the competition was very stiff. The race
the course is pretty good. We didn't have too many complaints about the course. The boats or the block point, they dominated the race, but hey, the best man always wins.
What exciting 3 days of sailing, and stay tuned throughout the week for much more from Barry Tari. For ZNet Toll Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Sailing wasn't the only event taking place in Exuma this past weekend, as the Bahamas Cycling Federation saw over 100 riders participate in this year's nationals. Both male and female cyclists took to the traffic-free streets, maneuvering through the forest and conquering Mount Thompson. Winning the overall title on the men's side was Kevin Daly.
I'm happy to win. Once again, it's always good to be the first finisher, but kind of disappointed that they didn't have more competitors. Trying to get the boys them out, you know, life is tough. So we didn't work and stuff. They wasn't able to be here to make it extra fun, but it was a good experience. My first time here in Exuma. The terrain is nice. It's different. I ride a Lutra. It has rollers, but these rollers, they're sharp and short, so they put a sting in it. The wind, it was a big factor yesterday. As you can see, it's still blowing hard today. But overall, it was a good race.
BCF President Roy Colebrook indicating that the cyclists had a lot to ride for.
Persons who win, they always have a clear option and a buy almost to go, once they keep fitness, to go for national team selections. And so you will find that we have the Caribbean Championships coming up. You will find that we have Cammy Roach, who have made it to the Junior Pan American Games, who qualify for that. You will find that we have young Lonnie Duncombe, Livingston Duncombe. He is headed off in this same month over in Europe for training for some 6 weeks.
In track and field, the NCAA Division I Outdoor Championships are set to begin Wednesday through Saturday in Eugene, Oregon. And 5 Bahamians are set to compete in various events. Anthea Charlton, Javonia Valcourt, Quincy Penn, Keyshawn Strawn, and Oscar Smith make up the core participating athletes. Strawn and Smith begin their journey tomorrow in men's javelin and 110-meter hurdles respectively, while the women begin their action on Thursday. The NCAA Track and Field Championships will take place at Hayward Field, with all of the events covered by the ESPN network. In golf news, on Tuesday, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture conducted a press conference with the Honorable Mario Boleg and Bahamas Golf Federation representatives hosting Mark Lowry, Regional Managing Director for Latin American and Caribbean Golf. He discussed the landscape of golf in the Bahamas and major events potentially being held here.
You were always extremely well impressed with the quality of golf courses here. I'm a little more concerned about how easy it is for a young Bahamian to access these golf courses. So we're in pursuit of finding ways for that to happen. And in that pursuit, we not only work with the Federation, hopefully work with the government, and work with anyone that is interested in growing the game of golf in Bahamas.
I'm Swanson Gibson Jr., and that's been your Tuesday Sports Check, a check on weather when we return.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royston. We are now 10 days into the tropical cyclone season, and we're keeping our eyes on this area in the Western Caribbean Sea, and our computer models are suggesting that a tropical depression could possibly form between the 13th and the 17th of this month. But whether it forms or not, it will not be a problem for us here in the Bahamas, as we anticipate that it will move towards the north and west into the Gulf of Mexico and well to the west of the Bahamas. And our satellite pictures are showing some deep layer of moisture moving across the northwest and central parts of the country, and that will generate pockets of showers and thunderstorms later on tonight and tomorrow, mainly across the western portion of the northwest and central islands tonight into tomorrow. And temperatures around the islands this evening: Marshall, Babico, 85 degrees, 83 in Greenville Key, 83 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands at 84, 84 in Allenstown, Bimini. Over in Rock Sandy, Luther, they have a temperature there of 83 degrees, Harbor Island, 83 as well. Otterstown, Cat Island, 82. Black Point, Exuma, have a temperature of 83, and that extends into Kemp Space, St. Andrews, and also Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, all registering 83 degrees. 84 is in Georgetown, Exuma, Rum Key, and San Salvador at 82 degrees, and we take you further south. We're picking up 82 in Ragged Island, Acklands at 86, Betsy Bay, Meguana, 85 degrees, Matchitown, Inagua, 82, the Turks and Caicos Islands, also 82 degrees. And our forecast map is showing we can have that persistent southeasterly flow, and that will be with us for the next 3 to 4 days at around 15 to 20 knots. So caution flags remain in place for your boaters throughout the 700 islands. In the southeastern islands, we'll have a more zonal flow, that is winds from the east at 15 to 20 knots and some choppy seas at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Now, your forecast tonight: becoming cloudy with a stray thunderstorm, a warm, breezy, and a low temperature of 79 degrees. Now, tomorrow, this is how things are going to unfold. Cloudy and breezy again, with a couple of morning showers followed by thunderstorms in the afternoon, but they will be of an isolated nature and could be locally heavy at times. The high temperature tomorrow, 87 degrees. Your extended weather forecast, a bit wet tomorrow, and then come Thursday, it becomes a little bit more isolated into Friday, but the weekend is looking pretty good. The skies will open up, lots of sunshine on Saturday and Sunday, and that will carry over into the early part of next week, with your daytime temperatures hanging in the upper 80s, and then we start to clock those 90s as we head into Saturday. But when you look at the feel-like temperature, there will be more in the upper 90s. Royston.
Thanks, Basil. Well, that's going to do it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Tonic Williams Darling Highway, I'm Tijaro Hudson. This is ZNS.